Welcome to DadsDeFiSpace. I'm Kevin, and today I want to take a look at VFAT.io. But before we do that, we're going to just take a little quick look at the markets. We're still down on the week, looking at crypto bubbles. Day is looking a little bit better, just like yesterday. Especially some of the memes on the base network. They're up a little bit today. Toshi Bread and some of my smaller cap alts like World Mobile Token are looking pretty good too. So without further ado, let's take a look at the markets today real quick. This is my Coinbase watch list. Um, I like to put a bunch of information onto this chart. And as you can see, this is the reason I'm still in the market. I mean, ETH is still up 14% on the year, 43% on Bitcoin, Toncoin 164. It doesn't look as good as it used to, but it's still looking okay. If I were you, my advice is this market rewards people with patience and with high conviction. But enough about that. We want to take our time today to look at VFAT. So, what is VFAT? VFAT, for you yield farmers out there, is a multi-chain yield aggregator and portfolio manager. It gives a lot of different options to kind of automate your yield farming process. I've been playing with it over the last little bit, and I know a lot of the other people on YouTube are all talking about VFAT now. So, this multi chain yield aggregator makes it a lot easier to set the parameters of your strategy and your positions so you don't have to manage it so much. And part of this video, I wanted to show you the options this protocol gives you and also how to use the protocol. First and foremost, you need to make sure to connect your wallet. You can also adjust between daytime and nighttime. I actually prefer daytime today. They give options to search yield and different yield products across DeFi protocols, concentrated liquidity pools, yield farming protocols, etc. You can also swap between tokens, which I'm going to show you how to do in just a minute. You can search token prices. You can gain insights of the lending market, especially which lending protocols have the most total value locked and which tokens. There's just a whole lot that you can do with this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go into my portfolio. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my Coinbase wallet. Once your wallet is connected, then you can kind of get in. Number one, it will kind of aggregate your entire portfolio. Again, my Coinbase wallet just has a little bit on it, and it does not show liquidity positions within other yield aggregators. For example, I have some positions on Beefy, and I have some positions on Crystal. But I figured if I like those protocols so much, we need to do a video on VFAT.io. What I want to show you first is how to automate and manage a position within VFAT. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this position I have on Aerodrome, which is a concentrated liquidity pool of Brett and wrapped ETH. If you'd like to learn more about crypto and DeFi investing, such as yield farming, providing liquidity, or lending pools, Check out the links below for Crypto Labs Research. They offer a free DeFi course. They have the UIG Underdog Investment Group. You get 20% off your first month and grow your portfolio and yourself. Like the video and click that button and subscribe to DadsDeFiSpace. The portfolio section really just gives an overview of the assets within your own wallet. To be able to rebalance, automate, and all the other functions that VFAT has, you have to actually go into the yield section of VFAT. Within the yield section, it's divided into two parts. We have farms where we can actually search different positions on all the different chains available. And over here, you can filter to find different positions. Let's say you just want to look at certain chains, a specific total value locked, or a specific APR, APY rate. It allows you to set all different kinds of parameters, which we will look at in just a minute. If you already have positions within VFAT, they're going to be shown here where it says deposits. These are two of my Aerodrome positions that you're seeing right now. It will tell you the total deposits, the APR rate. You can also change it between DPR, WPR, APR. I prefer looking at the APR rates. It'll tell you how much it's earning per day in rewards. Look, just update it. Right now, this second, these two pools are earning $4.22. All right, so this position right here is wrapped ETH and Aero. I'm going to show it to you. And you have a lot of different functions that you can automate within VFAT. For example, I can click here where it says rebalance and set my position widths. You can change what the asset is priced in. Right now, I'm changing between Aero and wrapped ETH. I actually prefer to calculate it in wrapped ETH. You can see the ranges of my pool. This is the range right now, 0.00024 ETH to 0.0029 ETH. And then down, VFAT also allows you to increase the liquidity, withdraw liquidity, compound liquidity, and you can also set it up to auto harvest, which on my next pool, I'm going to be setting it up to auto harvest into my wallet because it is a risky meme coin pool, and I want my rewards to be converted back into USDC. All right, enough about the Aero pool. Let's go into the degen stuff, and we're going to be looking at this wrapped ETH Brett pool. As you continue your crypto journey, please support the channel by visiting the links below. $15 off TradingView, 10% off Coin Ledger and Tangent Wallet, or 20% off your first month at Crypto Labs Research UIG program. Like the video and click that button and subscribe to DadsDeFiSpace. Below my wrapped ETH and Aero pool, you'll see the wrapped ETH Brett pool. Clicking on it now. And you will see my position. At this point in time, I don't want to do any increasing or decreasing of my position, but I do want to rebalance before I set up my auto harvest of my rewards. So I'm going to click on the rebalance portion. But another step before you ever rebalance a liquidity or a yield farming position is you got to do a little bit of TA, because we need to understand kind of how long are we going to be within this pool. And I usually kind of use 30 days as my average, although sometimes it may be a little less, sometimes it may be a little more. And a lot of the decision making is going to depend on how much do you want to watch the positions. The reason I'm setting these up to automate is this is an experiment to see if I can use this automation process to earn a little bit more yield without suffering too much impermanent loss or loss of profit through fees with all the rebalancing that's going on. So what I'm going to use next is we're going to look at Brett wrapped ETH on DEX tools. Okay, I already have my support and resistance marked, and I have it marked in wrapped ETH, so I can just kind of go back and forth. And you are looking at right now the 2-hour chart. Okay, so this is only showing you a couple days of price movement. About almost 4 days. Let's say a little more than 3.5 at this time. The bottom of our range on the 2-hour chart is approximately 0.00035, and then the top of the range is 0.388. We're going to see how narrow we can go within this range, but before I make a decision, I want to check some higher time frame charts, like the 4-hour. We could technically drop a little lower. So I do like that the top of our range in ETH be 0.00038. And then the bottom of our range, if we want to be really degen, we could set it at 0.00035. Or we could be a little less risky and make our range a little wider and set it at 0.00032. Or 326 is the actual number on the chart right here. Now, let's go back to VFAT. For the next part of the video, I want to show you how I would manage an automated position on VFAT. If you look at this real closely, they give options to increase the liquidity, rebalance, withdraw, compound, and you can set this up to auto compound, and you can also set it up to auto harvest. If I pick you into the auto compound section, you actually can set up auto compound, and it's going to tell you at the bottom what all the pool information is, and then if you auto compound, it's going to show you what your APR might quite possibly be under different time frames. This one, the yearly would be 685%, almost 686%. That obviously changes as the position changes. We're not going to auto compound for this position. And you can also within the auto compound set it up to not auto compound if the fees are over a certain point. So it'll do it at certain times where you can save a little bit of money on the fees for the swaps that are occurring when they're compounding the positions. So what I want to do now is we are going to increase the liquidity of my Brett position, because one thing you should know is that some positions within VFAT, like this wrapped ETH Brett, the position must be at least $500 to be able to auto compound it. So we're going to put a little bit more in here to get this $400 of wrapped ETH Brett up to the $500 range. So I'm going to click increase. Now that my deposit is over $500, we can show you how to, or I can show you how to create an automated position that harvests your rewards on VFAT. Okay, so I'm going to go into the rebalance function, and we're going to price in wrapped ETH, and we're going to try to get the range on our new position from 0.0036, which is -6%, and 0.0039, which is +2%. Now, this is a little bit of an experiment, and this is a very, very narrow range. The APR on this should be about 719%, which is ridiculous. What I'm going to do now is make sure my auto rebalance is configured. First, I don't want to compound my rewards. I want to harvest my rewards. I also, with really volatile positions like this, you may want to consider putting in a stop loss. Looking at this chart, I am going to put a stop loss in way down here, almost where we were at 0.00. Actually, I want to look at this on the daily chart. 0.003 or 0.0031. So we can put this at 0.031. And my slippage rate, we're going to have to put it probably a little bit higher than this. We're going to try 1.5 and hopefully that'll be enough. And then we're going to enable auto rebalance. It's going to ask you to confirm the transaction in your wallet. And then we just wait for it to confirm the transaction. The transaction's successful. Looks great. Now, next, I want to make sure that our pool rebalances now. All right. So we're going to rebalance our pool into the new range, and then it'll begin to auto rebalance within that range that we set. I would probably suggest rebalancing first and then setting up the auto rebalance, but really it does not make a difference. Now we're looking at about 600 APR on our wrapped ETH and 146 APR on our wrapped ETH Aero. The next thing and the final thing I wanted to show you today is how to find a new position on VFAT. So I'm going to go into the yield section, but we're going to go into the farms. Now within the farms, I usually like to sort by total value locked. And for this pool, I'm kind of just looking for something very stable, maybe a wrapped ETH USDC pool, something along that line that I can put some of my profits into from the Brett pool. I have a little bit of extra capital available, not much, that I'm going to begin this pool with. And so we're going to be searching Ethereum pools. And look, oh gosh, this has a lot of total value locked. And then we're going to sort by our APR percentage, see if we can find anything juicy in here. Ooh, that might be another one I'm going to look at in a minute. It's this wrapped ETH Miggles pool, but we'll talk about that in a minute. This wrapped ETH USD Plus is earning 800% APR. That's ridiculous. I may want to consider throwing into that for a little while. And this one with 200,000 is, we are specifically looking for an Ethereum pool on the base network. I can go into my filter options and make sure I just select base. And then, of course, you can do whatever you want here. And then I can search for the specific asset I want, ETH and a stable coin. So once we have ETH, I don't know why it's not searching correctly, but there we go. And then we're going to find some stable coin pools like this wrapped ETH USD Plus looks pretty good, almost 800%. But that's also a difficult one to kind of find charts. And then let's see if we can find any others. I see a wrapped ETH USDC that's earning 600%. And then let's see. This wrapped ETH USDT pool earning just a little bit less than the USDC. So I think I'm just going to stick with this concentrated liquidity pool and this stablecoin pair. So what I would do next, again, go to DEX Tools, and we're going to look at the ETH USDC pair. On Aerodrome. We have to then look at the charts just a little bit and do some very basic TA to kind of figure out a support and resistant range. And I tend to like to do this on the daily chart, which is this right here. But we've had a huge dump, and the bottom range of our dump is about 2,300, which is what I am going to use for my bottom range. And then the top would have to be somewhere between 2,800 and right around $3,100. If we lower down to the 4-hour chart, we get kind of a better picture, and we see 2,300 to approximately 2,700 to say 2,925. So 2,300 to 2,900, which is a negative 13% to a plus 9% range, will earn us about a 335% yield. I like this. And we're going to be setting this one up once the deposit is made to auto rebalance. So we're going to take we'll begin with this Aero, the $72 of Aero, and deposit it. It's what I had left over, and deposit it into this ETH USDC pool. It'll build the transaction. Hopefully we will not have any issues, and we're going to confirm and deposit the 72 Aero, or approximately $52 into the pool, and our transaction was successful. I'm going to keep on playing with this over the next week, and I'm probably going to have one more meme coin deposit. I'm going to create a spreadsheet after this video, and then in a couple weeks, we're going to revisit these positions and see how much did we gain or how much did we lose. I'm enjoying learning a lot about VFAT, and I hope you enjoy learning about this automated protocol for managing your liquidity positions and yield farming positions also. So before you leave, please like and subscribe, DadsDeFiSpace, hit that notification button, and also please visit some of our sponsors below. And if you'd like to learn more about DeFi and many of these protocols, please use my links below for Crypto Labs Research free DeFi course. It's an excellent free course to learn how to manage DeFi positions.